Hi guys, it's ASBYT and today we're talking about potentially a brand new OS which is multi-platform and is due to drop to compete with the likes of the Apple ecosystem. We are of course talking about Google's brand new Fuchsia OS. We've got words from Google themselves, we've got some very early hands-on footage, and I'm very excited to share it with you because this could be game-changing. So without further ado, let's get straight to it. If you're new to the channel and love everything tech, news, unboxings, reviews, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and ding that notification bell so that every time I post a video you are notified and can stay up to date with all of the latest tech. Hi guys, like I said, welcome back to a brand... I don't know why I'm speaking like that. I went into esports commentary mode there, apologies. Right, so first off, in case you don't know, let's briefly explain what Fuchsia OS is. Fuchsia is an open source, capability-based operating system currently being developed by Google. Now, Fuchsia actually differs from current Google operating systems, Android and Chrome OS, because it's based on a new microkernel called Zyakon. It's different, that's all you need to know. And different because, of course, Chrome OS and Android are based on the Linux kernel. Now, Fuchsia has been in the process of being developed over the last few years, but it's really coming to a head now because at the I/O Developer Conference in May, Google made a couple of references to it, and we think we're going to get some more information at the Made by Google event, which is going to showcase, of course, things like the Pixel 4. This is backed up by the fact that a hardware prototype codename Visalia has popped up on the Fuchsia OS source code, and many people are speculating that it's going to be part of a brand new smart home device. Now, before you jump off the video thinking, oh, not another smart home device, I get it, they're okay. This could be the starting blocks for something revolutionary within the world of Google and Android and everything, because we've got another quote from a Google spokesperson who stated that we're looking at what a new take on an operating system could be like. And so I know out there people are getting pretty excited saying, oh, this is going to be the new Android or the new Chrome OS. Right now, everyone assumes Fuchsia is just for phones. But what if it could be used for other things? And this is where things could get groundbreaking, because if Google can finally produce this Fuchsia OS, which can be multi-platform, run on smartphones, laptops, tablets, then being able to complete different tasks across all of those different devices could be that user-friendly injection of adrenaline. What is that? Injection of adrenaline. It could create a user-friendly ecosystem which could completely take off. Now, we do actually have some hands-on footage of the brand new Fuchsia OS, and as you can see on a smartphone, it looks like it's in a kind of scrolling tile format, but what's very evident from this is that multitasking becomes even easier than split screen that you would see on a current smartphone. The ease of jumping between different tabs, and it's not really Fuchsia OS in its entirety. They're kind of like little cards that when you tap on them, it opens up and expands more information about that specific thing. Whether that's how the apps are going to look, for example, is another matter, but certainly that's how they could look. It looks like when you swipe up from the bottom, you get kind of suggestions, whether that's again going to be suggested apps or suggested websites, information, etc. It also looks like you might be able to press a button and ask for anything. The results might be indifferent at times, especially early on. But again, if you could literally just go on your phone and ask for anything and it's there at a fingertip, I know you've got things like Google Voice Assistant and stuff, but still I feel that is a little bit limited. And of course, as you know, Google Voice Assistant isn't even as good as Siri. Huh? And on top of that, Google have actually opened their brand new website regarding Fuchsia OS. Now, while Google have said this isn't the new Android or the new Chrome OS, I think part of that might be a smokescreen until it's really ready to go. And I think it might be that for three different reasons. Number one, you've only got to look at what's happened with the Huawei ban in the US. And I know that that decision has been kind of turned around. Huawei have stated they are in the process of creating their own operating system, which has a spine of Android, but doesn't use Google services, etc., which would mean, of course, that Google would lose out financially, as I believe they do on other Android devices made by manufacturers that install Chinese ROMs, for example, that don't use the Google Play Store, don't really use Google services because the Chinese ROMs have their own apps, etc. And this new Fuchsia OS might give Google more power, more control over companies like that. Those manufacturers would have to kind of go more through Google than they currently do. So Fuchsia OS might be there to kind of stifle the development of Huawei's new operating system. It may be there to gain even more control over certain manufacturers. And thirdly, if it becomes really user-friendly with consumers completing tasks across multiple different platforms, then Google might finally have an answer to Apple's ecosystem. Because up till now, Google's operating systems, Android and Chrome OS, don't really work as well as the Apple counterparts. Their laptops and tablets like the Pixelbook, the Pixel Slate have kind of not been horrific, but Chrome OS has certainly had its critics. So if they could lump all of their products under one umbrella, then again you would imagine their sales would increase. And finally, when you ask an iPhone user why they use an iPhone, and they say it's because I'm trapped in the Apple ecosystem, they might now be trapped in the Google ecosystem, and you might still have the same problem. Oh well, here's where you guys come in. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about Fuchsia OS. Are you excited about it? Are you going to want to use it as and when it drops? And on Whip platform. Which platform are you most excited to see it? On a smartphone, a laptop, a tablet? Do you think it can compete with Apple's ecosystem and possibly Huawei's new one as and when they drop it? Or do you think it's destined to fail? As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'll sift through and try and answer as many comments and questions as I can. Like this video if you enjoyed it, share it if your friends and family are interested in this sort of stuff, subscribe if you're new to the channel and want to be notified every time I post a video on anything tech, pretty much daily content here on YouTube. I love you and leave you. I'll see you in the next one. CSBYT, peace out.